it's unfortunate we did so many good things in this game that it came down to a couple of mistakes at the end. But this is the NBA playoffs, and we've got to learn from it, and we got to bounce back.
That final stretch.
That's a great word. That shit was chaos. That shit was wild. But just stay present, stay in the moment. As long as their time is still on the clock and the game is within reach, we feel like we have a chance. This core group has been in so many big-time games, big-time moments. When we've had the lead and lost it and still won, or been down a lot and figured out a way to win. I've had a lot of crazy endings in this building, so so we, in a weird way, we've been there before, and we always believe in a sense.
Do you almost feel like you guys beat yourselves tonight more than anything?
Yeah, that was my message, after the game as well. I think that a lot of people are going to talk about the free throw discrepancy, but at the end of the day, when you have 22 turnovers and big time turnovers, I really think we showed our age a little bit tonight. You know what I mean? I think being a youthful team being at this high stake of a game, I think those uncharacteristic mistakes just made their way out, and we just we go over, look at it tomorrow, and just going to have to get right back going because we're right back on Thursday.
Take us kind of through the final minute of the game and what you feel like went wrong for you guys at the end of regulation.
Just turnovers. I mean, I dribbled off my foot in transition. We turned it over on the side out of bounds. Those are two possessions that we can get free throws out of that we messed up. And then just that last play in the corner, I think, we were going to foul, but the way Jalen caught it, it was like he was just going to shoot it right away. So I think Pascal didn't want to foul him, which I thought was the right play because I thought he would have got called for 3 shots, and Jalen just made a big shot. And then, that last possession just didn't get a good one. Felt like there was a better shot for me to get that I didn't get.
Was there instruction of foul before that Brown 3, even though there wasn't really a chance to do so?
Yes, but he caught the ball and he was faced up, so Pascal decided to lay off, which was, I understand, that's probably the right decision. You don't want to give up a 4-point play. So, look, a lot of things had to go wrong for us and right for them. They did. And so, we got to own it, and we got to get ready for Thursday.
Yeah, before the inbound, I was just talking to myself, if I get this shot, it's going in. And I was just telling myself the whole time, if you get it, it's going up and it's going in. And I happened to create some space on that backside, and was able to make a big time play. But we got to be able to move, channel our emotions, move on to the next, and get ready for game 2.
You didn't want to foul on Jalen when he caught it because you thought it'd be a 4-point play, I presume.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, as soon as I got to him, I was a little late because of the screen. He was going up, so I didn't want to do it. And then when I was going to do it was just a little too late. So yeah, it's just one of those where it's like if you have an opportunity to do it, you do it. But it was just a judgment call. Like I felt like he was going to this motion, like he had a pump fake. Like I didn't want to foul then, and it's a tough shot. Like I was in front of him. Maybe I could have contested it better, but it was just a tough play.
Inside of 10 seconds, are you expecting the Pacers to foul there?
It's kind of tough because we was taking the ball out on the baseline. It's not usual circumstance, right? Normally, when guys take it out on the sideline and they pass the ball above the break, you can see guys trying to foul. But you catch it deep in the corner like that. It's risky to try to foul. Hindsight is 20/20, I guess.
Is it more discouraging because you lose a game like this in heartbreaking fashion, or encouraging knowing you were toe-to-toe and really they didn't win this game, you guys lost it?
Well, they did win, and we did lose. I think encouraging. We know we can play with these guys. That's for y'all to say that we don't. There's a lot of people out here saying we don't belong here. We don't really care. We know we belong. I think it's discouraging just because of the plays that happened. Down the stretch, we feel like we were in position to win the game and just didn't win the game. But what I will say is encouraging is we have been trash in game 1s, first series and second series, and today we played great for about 47 minutes. just didn't sustain it for 48. So we'll go back, watch the film. There'll be good, there'll be bad, and we'll learn from it, and we'll be a lot better in game 2.
How difficult is that when you know you kind of had a game late like this and let it go to kind of stay together for the rest of the series?
It's not that difficult to stay together, brother. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's been a very long season. We've had a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and ain't gonna stop here.
How hard was it to control the tempo against this team, and then especially the way that Tatum was able to kind of slow things down to be physical at the end? How do you feel like you were able to find control in overtime?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to find that balance. Like there's points to be had with playing with pace, playing fast, and so there's that balance there. I thought we handled it well in the first half. I thought in the second half you got to pick and choose your spots. Everything just depends on the time and score of the game. Situational basketball, like we didn't get organized at the end of the quarter, got an illegal screen, and gave them the last possession of their shot. Like just small stuff like that. But for the most part, I thought we played with a level of poise. I thought our rim reads were good. 15 turnovers. I think two of those were illegal screens, and some of them were at the rim. So you're just going to have to find that balance. There's times where you're going to have to play fast with them, and there's going to be times where you have to execute.
But obviously, we got to tighten up in some areas, and we're going to watch the film. I think majority of it was just transition. I think they just, we knew they were going to be fast. It didn't surprise us, but it's one thing watching it on film and then seeing it in person. They just got out of a dogfight with New York, and it just felt like they was just flying by us, getting easy layups. We got to be better. We got to match their intensity if we want to win this series.
I don't expect it's a really hard thing to do with the pace that they play with, the speed that they play with, and the variance that they have. And so you just continue to not to expect that you're going to build on it. You may build on it, you may not. And so I think just playing without the expectation of like, okay, it's 13 now, let's see what happens, right? So I think the guys did a good job of just playing through it. I have to go back and watch. I'm sure there's a couple times we had live ball turnovers. I'm sure we may have not closed out to a three-point shooter. I remember when it was 10, Turner got an open one, which cut it to 7, I think 47-70 or something like that. So there's always going to be, they're going to test your discipline every single possession, whether you're up 5 or whether you're up 25. And so I think at the end of the day, it's like we shouldn't even really look at the scoreboard. We should just keep playing as much as we can.
Yeah, that was. I'm so glad we won the game because I would have been sick. That play was some miscommunication, and we just talked about it afterwards. He thought that I was, going to come off the screen. I thought that they were corralling or, doubling. I thought he was going to slip. Even still, you don't jump and pass the ball. So that was on me. But, we just talked about it for a quick second. And, still a lot of time left to try to figure out how to win the game.
Yeah, Drew was fantastic. Drew was exceptional, man. Shout out to Drew. Drew came out and balled, man. He's the reason why we won this game. I think he just was poised. He took advantage of his matchups. He just was so elite, and that is a lot. And he's guarding Halliburton, picking him up, chasing him around. Like that was special from Drew Holiday. And now, being able to come out, knock down shots, make some big plays at the rim. Those two guys were great for us tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best defender in the NBA. He has been for a long time. I was trying to get him as far to the left wing as I could so I could come downhill to my right. And I had the spin to set it up, and I just dribbled it off my foot. So it's unfortunate. It's frustrating for sure, but it happens. We make mistakes. We're human. And I'll learn from it, and I'll be better in game 2.